Welcome to another episode of This Goose is Cooked, where we review books intended for our future generations. Today's book, At Night, by Jonathan Bean, published by Farrar, Straus, and Giroux. Is this city living or shitty living? At Night drops in on a girl and her family living in the city. It shows how the whole family sleeps at night. Except one night, the girl sneaks up onto the roof. By the context of the pictures, the girl's family lives in New York City, in a shithole apartment where everyone can hear everyone. Why are her parents spending that kind of money to live at that dump? Go 20 miles in any direction, and you could have a nice house for the same price, and not have to pay New York City prices. New York people are always like, New York is the best city, bro. You don't get it. People here are just different. The city never sleeps. Everyone's always hustling, bro. They automatically think they're better people for living there. Maybe it's not me who doesn't get it. Maybe it's the New York City people. You aren't elite for spending $4,000 on an apartment that doesn't have a washer or dryer in the entire building. People do look at you in awe, but not for what you think. It's because they can't believe people are as stupid as you. $12 for a Bud Light is not my idea of cool or fun. Oh, I'm sorry. You live in New York City. You're too cool for Bud Lights. $16 for a bad IPA. Sorry. While you're slumming in a 200 square foot closet, being forced to eat $1 street pizza every day, and walk the streets watching hobos pee on themselves, I'll be in the suburbs, paying half price for everything, and can visit whenever I want. Now that I got that out of the way, the book starts out in a crappy row house, somewhere in New York City. The parents put all three of their children to sleep, and this girl just lays in her bed, wide awake. Watch some TV, read a book, throw on a white noise machine, do something other than just stare at a wall. Well, anyway, this place is such a shithole, she can hear her parents sleep in one room, and her brother and sister sleep in another. The walls are so thin, she can just hear them breathing. Not much privacy in that place at all. If the walls are that thin, I would hate to think what would happen if someone was shitting while they're having dinner. Back to the girl. So this girl doesn't even attempt to sleep. She doesn't even try to close her eyes. She's clearly scheming something. Her window is open and a breeze through the window is bothering her so much that she gets up to investigate. And she thinks the breeze is carrying all the way up the stairs onto the roof. So she gets her blankets and pillow and sneaks up to the roof. Her mom catches her, but she doesn't know it. Not very bright. If you're going to sneak out, rule number 1 is you don't wake up your parents. She gets to the roof and makes a bed, and she gazes at the world around her and falls asleep. Not only is this part of the book super cheesy, it's not realistic. Because of all the city noises and the smells she would have to deal with up there, there's no chance she would fall asleep. Her mom then sits beside her as she sleeps and does the same thing, and the book ends. What a terrible mom, leaving her kid to sleep outside in the cold like that. This is one of those books that tries to romanticize the city. Maybe if it had gunshots ringing out, police sirens, and described the actual disgusting smells, it would be more accurate, and I would give it more credit. The pictures weren't terrible, but didn't do it for me. The storyline wasn't any good either. What's the moral of this story? That New York is super beautiful and cultured, bro. With that in mind, I'm giving this book a 1 out of 5. I'm turning my nose up at it, and I'm having none of it. This Goose is Cooked. Join us next time for another in-depth book review.